It really saddened me yesterday to see how SikhNet has lowered themselves to falsely accuse me of Ninda and spreading, as they say, poisonous hate about SikhNet and about the 3HO tantric yogis. I want to show you here the actual comment, and you can see here that it's written officially by the SikhNet administrator. I'll put a link to this in the description to this video so you can actually read it and respond to it. It really hurts me that I was in the Yogi Bhajan group for 30 years. I actually lived with Guru Mustik and his family in Los Angeles in the 1980s. And it hurts me that they are falsely accusing me of lying. I want to say categorically that everything that I post on the internet is the truth. I post only actual pictures of 3HO people bowing to idols. I post actual pictures, undoctored, no Photoshop, of Yogi Bhajan people bowing at Yogi Bhajan's death place, bowing to this Sri Chand idol, this golden Sri Chand idol there in Espanola. I have been very diligent about posting only the truth. And now SikhNet is falsely accusing me of posting lies and committing this Ninda. I really pray that SikhNet reevaluates their thinking, because this is not the Khalsa way. In this comment, you'll even notice that they haven't even called me Singh. It really hurts. And I am perfectly willing to sit down with the SikhNet people there, Guru Mustik, Guruka, and talk about these un-Sikh-like activities that they are performing every day. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this video that you may have all seen with Gursant Singh of Basics of Sikhi, Guru Mustik, and Hari Jot of SikhNet, where they're discussing how Sikhs criticize and as they say, judge others. Guru Mustik, what I am doing is constructive criticism. There's a lot of Sikhs out there who are really hurt by the way that you and the other Yogi Bhajan people are twisting and spreading falsehood about what true Sikhi is. We are legitimately reaching out to you and making you aware of these un-Sikh-like practices that Yogi Bhajan taught you. Yogi Bhajan spread these lies in order to promote his agenda of tantric yoga. That's the reality. And there have been many articles. I'm not the only one who has seen these frauds and lies that Yogi Bhajan has put out there. Now, unfortunately, I know you, Guru Mustik, grew up with Yogi Bhajan, and you hold high respect for him. And there are some good things that he did, but he did a lot of damage. And it's time for you and the other SikhNet and 3HO people to wake up and understand that. I have to tell you that Sikhs, Orthodox Sikhs, will never accept 3HO or SikhNet if it remains the way it is, practicing these Yogi Bhajan teachings. Now in this video that you just did, Gursant Singh talks about how you all get up in the Amrit Vela and practice Nam Simran. We need to talk about the reality of what you do there. The reality of it is that only a small portion of this Amrit Vela practice that you all do is part of Sikhi. Yes, you do Japji Sab, which is very good in the morning, but the rest of the program involves these Yogi Bhajan mantras and this Kundalini Yoga, which are not part of Sikhi. There's even one Hindu mantra that you practice in this Aquarian sadhana, as you call it. And unless you're not practicing this prescribed Aquarian sadhana, then you are in violation of the Sikh Reht Maryada. You're going against Gurbani. Just yesterday, when I was at the Gurdwara here in Yuba City, I was intensely thinking about this situation with 3HL. And Guru Sahib Ji presented me with the Hukamnama that was posted on the Gurdwara wall there on the video screen, which talks about how the practice of yoga is completely against Sikhi. I posted the exact Gurbani on my Facebook page, and I invite you all to read it. It's very, very pointed about how yoga is against Sikhi and is against the practices that Sikh do. These yogis are only filled with ego. They think that by the practice of holding the breath and doing all these things that they can attain salvation. This is against Sikhi. We believe in one God. We believe in Waheguru, only bowing to Waheguru, chanting Gurbani, reciting our Nitnam. This is what we do in the Amrit Vela. We don't do Kundalini Yoga, and we especially don't do Kundalini Yoga in the Darbar of the City Guru Granth Sahib Ji like you do there in Espanola, New Mexico. So I ask you to start investigating and researching the real Sikhi. Now, there's a book that I've been trying to tell you all about. It was written by Dr. Gursant Singh in 1977, who talks specifically about Yogi Bhajan's practices. It's called Sikhism and Tantric Yoga. Dr. Gursant Singh is an Orthodox Sikh who spent many months with Yogi Bhajan. And he wrote a very detailed book about all these practices and how Gurbani says that we shouldn't be practicing this yoga, this tantric and kundalini yoga, for salvation. Maybe some physical exercise in terms of yoga is okay, but certainly not practicing yoga the way you do for salvation is acceptable. That's not acceptable. Now, I'll put a link to this book, and I'd really like you to read it. If for no other reason, just to try to understand how most of the Sikh world feels about you and 3HL. Now, I want to point out to everyone out there as well that there have been many articles now concerning this subject of Yogi Bhajan's un-Sikh-like practices, Shiv Shakti worship, if you will. I'm not the only one. Unfortunately, SikhNet has labeled me as being committing this Ninda and spreading lies and hates. So, I don't know, is SikhNet going to accuse these 3,500 Sikhs here who signed a petition and brought it to the Akal Takht that was against Yogi Bhajan's tantric yogis? This is an article in the Sikh Free Press that came out a few months ago, and it's very detailed about how SikhNet promotes this dancing to Gurbani. They promote this idol worship. And whether Guru Mastaki realize it or not, you're having a big influence on Sikhs out there, the Sikh youth, with your videos talking about how it's okay to worship idols or to dance to Gurbani. It's having a big influence out there, and we as concerned Sikhs are very concerned about it. So this is a good article here you can read in the Sikh Free Press. Now there's another article that came out a few months ago in the Sikh Free Press. Anjukar is the one who wrote it. And it's called American Yogis Distort Sikh Scriptures. It's about 30 pages long and goes into great detail about Yogi Bhajan's history and about the many un-Sikh-like practices that he promoted and that he practiced. It's very, very good. I recommend it to all of you. And I'm sure that most of you have seen these pictures of the 3HO people doing Hindu pujas, doing Hindu ceremonies. You can see here a Hindu wedding that was promoted by this Gurmukhkar, who was a longtime Yogi Bhajan follower. And so, Gurmastic, you must understand that because you have a lot of influence on young Sikhs and young Westerners as well, you need to be teaching correct Sikh practices. And I think that if you were just to read these articles and try to have a discussion about it, we could come to some understanding. And you could see that what you're preaching, what Yogi Bhajan preached, was really more about Hinduism and this Hindu Vata. You really need to understand how many thousands, if not millions, of Sikhs out there are very, very concerned about the direction that Yogi Bhajan's Sikh Dharma, SikhNet, and 3HO are headed. It's not enough just to gloss over it in some video with Guru Jagraj Singh. We need to look at this and examine it closely. We need to have an open discussion about it. It's not going to do any good to continue to block me, to continue to block other Sikhs on SikhNet's Facebook page and other discussion forums. As you can see, the truth will always come out. So I implore you, again, to begin to look at these un-Sikh-like practices that Yogi Bhajan promoted and practiced. Look at the history. Become a real student of history. Talk to those people like Gursant Singh, who had a lot of experience with Yogi Bhajan. They can't all be wrong. Gursant Singh has now been playing beautiful Gurbani Kirtan in many gurdwaras around the world. And it would really be of benefit to you at SikhNet and the other Yogi Bhajan people to talk with him. I know he left 3HO back in the early 90s, but he's kept up with his Sikhi, and he has a lot of good experience and knowledge about Sikhi and Gurbani. So again, to all those that would like to see the 3HO people change and become accepted more in the Khalsa Panth, I ask you to write comments, to write me. I'm open to discussion about all of this. And I would also implore to SikhNet to respond to me. Talk. Let's go discuss this. I'm open anytime to a discussion. I will fly to New Mexico, Los Angeles, wherever you would like. And we can sit down and discuss this like Khalsa brothers and sisters. Thank you for your time. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.